Moving into my new house was supposed to be a fresh start. No drama, no noise, just a quiet neighborhood where I could finally relax after years of working overtime. What I didn't know was that the HOA, run by a woman who could only be described as a full-fledged Karen, had other plans. It started small. A nasty note about my trash cans being visible from the street. Then a threat of fines because my porch light wasn't the approved wattage. Petty but manageable. I tried ignoring it. But Karen wasn't satisfied with letters. She wanted control. One Friday, I was supposed to leave town for a 3-day work trip. Bags were packed, car gassed up, but a last-minute meeting delayed me, so I decided to stay home that night and head out in the morning. Best decision I ever made. Around 9 p.m., I heard the faint rattle of a key in my front door. At first, I thought I imagined it. Then, slowly, the knob began to turn. I grabbed my phone and slipped quietly into the kitchen, dialing the sheriff's office. I didn't shout. I didn't even confront her. I whispered to dispatch, "Someone is trying to enter my home right now." The deputy on the line told me to stay calm. Officers were already nearby. So I stayed hidden. The door swung open. In stepped Karen wearing her HOA badge like she was some kind of law enforcement officer. She clutched a clipboard in one hand and a small flashlight in the other. Muttering to herself, she began taking photos of my living room. Non-standard curtains, mismatched furniture, completely unacceptable. This will not stand. She was in my house. She didn't know that while she was documenting violations, 2 uniformed officers were already slipping through my back patio door. I'll never forget the moment. Karen strutted toward the kitchen, clipboard raised like a judge about to pass sentence. She flicked on the flashlight, straight into the faces of the deputies waiting for her. "Good evening, Moo," one of them said flatly. Karen froze. Her jaw dropped. For the first time since I met her, she didn't have a word to say. The other deputy pulled out his cuffs. "You're trespassing in a private residence. Step away from the clipboard and put your hands behind your back." She stammered, "This is my authority. I'm HOA president. This house belongs to the community." The officers didn't buy it. They read her rights as she sputtered excuses. When they escorted her out, I finally stepped from the kitchen. Karen's eyes widened when she saw me standing there, calm and collected. You were supposed to be gone," she blurted out. I raised an eyebrow. "Yeah, guess you weren't supposed to be here either." The sheriff himself called me the next day. Turns out Karen had copied a master key from a lockbox the HOA kept for emergencies. She had been using it to let herself into residents' homes under the pretense of compliance inspections. Nobody had caught her until now. The news spread fast. The HOA board scrambled to distance themselves, but it was too late. Karen was arrested on multiple charges: unlawful entry, trespassing, attempted burglary, and abuse of authority. Neighbors who once feared her started coming forward with stories: missing mail, mysteriously altered locks, fines that made no sense. With the evidence piling up, her empire crumbled overnight. As for me, I changed my locks, of course. But I also found peace of mind. Karen was banned from the neighborhood entirely while awaiting trial. And now, when I look back at that night, I don't just think about how lucky I was to stay home. I think about the look on her face when she realized the authority she worshipped was gone, and the only people waiting inside weren't residents to bully, but the very police she thought she could command.